Hello everyone, welcome to another Narc Survivor live video. Just checked into my new room. I'm going to be here for the next week, so I'm sure I will be making a few videos in here for you. And I'll be doing a lot of work in here as well. Writing up new videos every day. This video, this live video, is gonna be a big one. I'm gonna be giving it to you raw in this live video. I'm going to be giving you obvious signs that you have defeated the narcissist. And these signs are so obvious that you will be able to pick them out and identify them immediately. If it's something that has already happened, or maybe that might happen in the future, straight away you will immediately notice these obvious signs that you have defeated them. You will know it straight away. Once I explain it to you in this video, it will be completely obvious to you if you have defeated the narcissist. So let's get into it. Obvious signs that you have defeated the narcissist. Before I begin, please show your support down below by giving this video a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm to get this very important message out there to other survivors as well. So let's show our support and help other survivors. It will take you 2 seconds to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you. So how do you know when you have defeated the narcissist? What are the signs? What is it that reveals that to you? Because as the title says, it is obvious. It's not something that's difficult to notice or recognize. It's something that's right in front of your face. Once you're aware of the signs, you will notice it immediately. You will know it straight away. To summarize it, I mean, it really is this simple. Hurt people hurt people. So when you have defeated the narcissist, when you have hurt them, they're gonna try to hurt you. I mean, this is just basic psychology. This is something that I learned like at the very beginning of everything that I know now. Of course, what I know at this level, it's pretty advanced. I mean, I would say that I know more than many doctors out there. I've actually coached psychologists, psychotherapists, even ones who have their own practice as well. So what I know is pretty advanced. But yeah, just saying that, hurt people. I mean, that's really like basic psychology. I mean, there's just no way a person who is not hurt, a person who is not feeling any sort of pain, they're not hurt or upset by something, they're not gonna have any motive, any energy towards wanting or desiring to hurt anyone. They're just not gonna feel any need to do that. There's just nothing inside of them that would compel them in that direction. It just doesn't happen. Someone who is happy and at peace with themselves, you really think they're going to go out of their way to hurt you? Of course not. That would never happen. That wouldn't even make any sense. The whole point of why narcissists seek to harm us is because they are hurt. And they're trying to hurt us so that it kind of medicates their pain and regulates their emotions. So just knowing this, I mean, it starts to get very obvious of how you know that you have hurt them, you have defeated them. I mean, it's pretty much everything they do. Anything that they do that hurts you, that makes you feel some type of way, that is as a result of their pain, suffering, or misfortune. It really has nothing to do with you at all. You're feeling hurt, you're feeling this pain, that pain has nothing to do with you. It's not even yours. You're just taking that on for them. That's how they feel. That's not how you feel. They're projecting it onto you. And you will know that because before they came around, you felt fine. There was no problem. You weren't thinking anything was wrong. They put that onto you. So the obvious signs that you have defeated the narcissist. Here it is. When they begin devaluing you, from that point on, you have defeated them already. I know it may not seem like it, but that's actually what that is. When they start to insult you and put you down, the reason why is because they feel defeated. They feel hurt. And it's not so much by something that you have said or done that offended them, although that may be what they want you to think. It's because of just the amazing person that you are. You're beautiful, you're handsome, you're attractive, you're confident, you're charismatic. You have all of these amazing qualities and virtues. There's just so many good things about yourself. Things that you may be unaware of, things that they don't want you to know about, and that is why they devalue you. And funny enough, you will notice that the very things they said they liked about you in the beginning, suddenly those become the very things that they're meant to hate. Now, how does that make any sense? It's because of their own anger and frustration of how they feel inferior to you and they feel that you are better than them. That then they start to turn against everything that you are. Everything that makes you you, suddenly they hate it. They want to destroy it. Suddenly there's all of these things wrong with it. But there was never anything wrong with it before. So why is there anything wrong with it now? Well, of course, it's because they feel hurt, defeated by you. They feel like they're not good enough. Yeah, I know they try to make you feel that way, but that's exactly how they feel. and they project those feelings onto you. They cannot give you something that they don't already have, something that they're not already harboring within. You can only give a person something that you've got, and that's what they've got to give to you. These feelings about themselves, how they feel when they're around you, when they compare themselves to you. That's how you make them feel, whether you know it or not. And that is why, of course, they will begin to devalue you. They will insult you and put you down. They will start to talk about you behind your back, or they may even do it in front of you. They will publicly humiliate you. These are all punishments for how they feel when they are around you. They feel inferior to you. They believe that you are greater than them. And in all honesty, what they believe is probably very accurate. Because I've seen some of you, I've talked to you. Many of you are my clients, and you are all amazing people. That's why they targeted you. So they devalue you, they insult you and put you down. And then they discard you, they ghost you. They give you the silent treatment. They triangulate you with their new supply. They try to make you envious or jealous. They become very competitive. They try to outdo you. They try to sabotage your accomplishments or success, your progress in moving on from them. Anything that they do that is negative or harmful, doesn't matter what it is or when they do it. Anything that they do that is negative or harmful to you, it's a projection of how they feel about themselves. They feel like they're nothing when they see you, when they are around you. That's why they have this unreasonable desire to harm you, to intimidate you, to annoy or upset you, to put you down, to try to make you less than who you actually are. This is basic psychology. This is not even advanced stuff. It's very simple. I mean, a person who is happy and comfortable with themselves and their own lives and who they are as a person, you think they're going to feel anything inside of them that makes them want to harm you, intimidate you, make you feel less than who you actually are? Of course not. I mean, that wouldn't make any sense. That wouldn't make any logical sense at all. But it seems to make sense when you're around the narcissist, because they twist it. They find ways to blame you, to make you feel bad about yourself. And because you're an empath, you self-loathe, instead of looking at them and questioning, why are you treating me this way? If there's something wrong with me, if you want me to be better or different or whatever it is that really the best way to go about it? Is that really going to solve anything in the long run? Or is it just a way for you to regulate your emotions because you're miserable, you're envious and hateful, and you feel inferior to me? Yeah, that's really what it is. That is exactly what it is. They envy you. They desire to possess your qualities, your abilities, your possessions, your success, your luck, whatever it is. It may be all of those things. Because you're just so much better of a person than they are. And even aside from all of that, you're empathic, you're caring, you're loving. You have the ability to love, to connect, to be intimate. All things that they cannot do. You think they're ever going to love anyone or anything? Just look at how they act. Look at how they behave. Look at how they treat you. You think someone like that is going to ever feel any love towards anything in this world? Of course not. It's so easy for you, though. It's so easy for you to be happy. Not so easy for them. And they're envious of that. Of the way that we are just so happy and carefree. And then they want to pile all of these duties and responsibilities onto us. And you just got to think, all of these things, everything that they're doing to you, they're trying to make your life hard, they're trying to make it difficult. They're trying to make it the opposite of everything that it already is. Because otherwise, what would be the point if it's already that way? Which should reveal to you exactly how they see you, how they perceive you. They perceive you as this incredible person who moves through life so easily and effortlessly. And it's just everything you do, everything you want, it just falls into your lap. Well, for them, it's such hard work. They have to hustle, they have to grind. For you, it's just so effortless. You don't even have to do anything. And yet, because they project this shit onto you, keeps you looking at yourself, and you self-loathe, you think you're not good enough. You are so much more than what they have led you to believe. You really have no idea. You got to look in the mirror and see yourself. You are an incredible person. You really are. But this is what they do. This is how they keep us stuck. This is how they get us to accept less than what we really deserve. By putting this onto us. Their feelings about themselves, how they feel when they are around us, they put that onto us. And as I said, they do that through the devaluation, insulting us and putting us down, publicly humiliating us, discarding us, ghosting us, giving us a silent treatment, triangulation with their new supply, comparing us to other people, sabotaging our success. And then typically after that, they become very competitive. They try to outdo us. It's all because they're very envious of you. That's really what it is. There is no other explanation. There is no other logical conclusion. They are deeply envious of you. And I'm sure you will have witnessed that envious and hateful behavior already. How much have they taken from you? Your health, your life, your energy, your money, your resources. They try to destroy the person that you are because they're envious of who you are. They can't stand it. they look at it like, in their minds, how they must think, it's like, how is this fair? That you get to be you and I have to be me. How can you have all of these qualities and abilities and get to do all of this stuff? And it's so easy and effortless for you. But for me, I have to work so hard. I have to struggle, have to grind. They just look at you and it's unfair. And then they start to feel like you're undeserving because all they see is the finished product. They don't see all of the work that you put in to get there. Yeah, I know exactly how these individuals think because I've seen it so many times. So many times throughout my life, just random people just come out of the woodwork, target me, seek to harm me and destroy everything that I have achieved in my life. They assume it's just natural qualities or abilities when I actually worked very hard. And yet they think it's unfair. They think I'm undeserving. Which is funny because I never thought that way about anyone. I was always very inspired by people who were far more successful than I was. And I looked at it like, that's fine. Life is fair. Life is not that unfair. We all have equal opportunities to succeed. The problem with these narcissists is they envy us because who we are as people and what we have achieved, it overwhelms them. They look at it like, how on earth am I ever going to achieve that? Like they probably look at me and my success, they probably think, how could I ever have 170,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 40 million views? How could I ever be a millionaire by the age of 33? How could I ever travel the world? How could I ever do all of these things? That's probably what they think. It's the fact that they try to imagine if it would even be probable for them, and it's like they just could not even imagine it. They assume it would be completely impossible for them to ever be anything like you and to achieve anything like you have. That's exactly what it is, because otherwise, if they really believed that if they put the time, effort, and energy into themselves and their own lives to do and achieve something for real, if they really believe that that would pay off, you'd think they'd be wasting any time hating on you and trying to bring you down. Of course not. They assume that their time and energy is better invested into destroying you than focusing on themselves and their own lives and trying to build themselves up. Because they assume you've got a far better shot than they have. That's what it is. And this is why people like myself, I don't waste any time hating on anyone. Because I look at it like, if you can do that, so can I. Whatever you can achieve, I'm sure I can do it. And if I can't do it, I don't really care. Of course, I might look at billionaires, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. I mean, the odds are, of course, I'm never going to be a billionaire. I don't really care. It's not really that important to me. I'm not greedy. I'm not selfish. I don't need all of that. And that's not to say that they are. But just for me, my personal needs, I don't need that much. It's just not relevant to me. It's not really something that I'm really that passionate about, to become a billionaire. So that doesn't bother me. I don't lose any sleep over that at all. But these narcissists are very arrogant and entitled. They think they're so much greater than what they actually are. without putting any of the work in. Like with me, it took me a long time. I've been working very hard on my YouTube. I've been researching this disorder for almost 6 years now. So it took a lot of work to get to where I am today. To become the person that I am, the person that you see before you. But these narcissists, it's like this microwave generation. They just want what they want right now without doing any of the work. I mean, fair enough, if you've done the work, you know, you worked hard to get there. Or even if you are just naturally gifted, even then, I mean, you still deserve it. You have something that people want, that people like, even if it is just a natural gift. Although it is better if you do actually put the work in. I mean, when you earn something, then you're going to enjoy it much more. If it's just something that you're born with, you're not going to appreciate it as much. So even if you were born with natural gifts, whatever they may be, it can be even better if you work on those gifts and make them even greater. And then when you achieve something, you earn it, it will feel that much better then as well. But yeah, this is really what it is. This is what really hits that nerve in them. It's looking at you and your life, and the person that you are, and then they're thinking to themselves, and it's like stuck on a loop inside their heads, where it's like, man, I'm never going to be on that level. I'm never going to be like that. I'm never going to be that great. I'm never going to be that wonderful of a person and live that great of a life. I'm never going to be on that level. That's what they're thinking. That's what's going on in their minds. And they can't be happy for you. I mean, I've seen people in the past so many times far more successful than I was at that time. And I was happy for them. I thought it was great. I thought good for them. They're happy, they're successful. They're achieving what they want. Isn't that what we should want for everyone? I mean, that's how I was thinking. And if there's one thing in everything that I've studied, if there's one thing that really was so difficult for me to understand more than anything else, it is this. How people cannot be happy for each other. Why have they got to hate? Why have they got to envy us? As I said, I know now, it's because they don't believe that it could ever be like that for them. They don't believe that their happiness and fulfillment could ever be like that. That's what the problem is. That's why they want to hurt you and destroy you. That's why. And as soon as they do that, as soon as they try to harm you, that's how you know that you've hurt them. You've bothered them. You've got under their skin without even realizing, without even intending to. That's how you know. Because honestly, a person who is happy with themselves and their lives, they're not even going to care. They're not going to be so fixated on what you're doing in your life and you becoming successful. That's not going to bother them. Why would they care if they've got their own thing in their life and they're happy? They wouldn't care. But narcissists do because they're not happy. They're not fulfilled with who they are, what they've got in their lives. They want more because they're very egotistical. They're never happy. It's never enough for them. And they look at you and they feel like you're greater than them. And it's so much easier for you. It may even be the fact that you can be happier with less. So even if they have more than you, they look at you and you may have a fraction of what they have, but you're content with it. They're not content with what they have. So they envy you. They seek to destroy you. Because they don't believe that their happiness and fulfillment can ever be like that. Like how it is for you. If they did, they wouldn't even care. It wouldn't even bother them. They wouldn't be so fixated on you and your life. They wouldn't be hating on your success. I've always been the type of person my entire life where it's like, I know I can be the best. I know I can be one of the greatest people in this world. And I've always known that from the very beginning. So I never felt the need to hate on anyone or to envy them. Because I always knew when I see people who are happy and fulfilled with what they have in their lives, I always knew I could achieve that same level of happiness and fulfillment. Maybe not that same level of success in terms of wealth or power, but definitely that same level of happiness and fulfillment, because it's not the same. You don't have to achieve a certain level of power or wealth or certain accomplishments to achieve a certain level of happiness and fulfillment. It's different for different people. And at any time you can choose to be happier with less. That's a choice. But narcissists, they just cannot find that happiness from within. They're always comparing themselves to other people. They're always comparing themselves to you. And feeling like you're happier than they are. So they've got to bring that down. They've got to try to make you miserable just like them. They just can't stand it. Because their happiness isn't like that. That's why. That's all it comes down to. It really is that simple. They hate and envy you because their happiness is not like yours. And just look at yourself and you will recognize it. It's so easy for you to be happy, isn't it? You don't even have to do anything special. Just you being you by yourself. It's not that easy for them. They can't just be happy like you can. And why? Well, it's because deep down inside they feel like they're not enough. And nothing external will ever compensate for that. It doesn't matter about their wealth, their power, their success. their physical attractiveness, their accomplishments, people, relationships, connections, big house, cars, super yachts, private jets, private islands. It doesn't matter. They could have the entire world. It wouldn't make a difference. They're still going to be miserable, and their happiness is still not going to be like yours. Even if you have nothing, even if you're homeless, you're living on the street, and they're living in a big house and they've got it all, you'd probably still be happier than them. It still wouldn't even affect you, and they would already know it. They would see it. And they would still be after you. They would still be harassing you. No matter how much they try to bring you down, and no matter how much they try to big themselves up, and there could be this massive difference between you and them by the end of it, where they are light years ahead of you in terms of success after they have sabotaged and destroyed you. Even then, they're still going to be coming after you because you could be happy with a lot less. And they just can't be happy at all. Their happiness is never going to be like yours. It's never going to be like yours. Doesn't matter what they do to you. It's not going to make a difference. You're still going to be you. You're still going to be happy. And they're still going to be the miserable pieces of shit that they are. Yeah, they're always going to be that. And you're always going to be you. And that's not going to change. It doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter how much they manipulate and gaslight you and they try to run you around in circles. Doesn't matter about all of the devaluation, the insults and put downs, and the discards, the silent treatment, the ghosting, the triangulation with their new supply, flaunting them on their social media, trying to hurt you, trying to make you feel bad about yourself as though you're not good enough. When in actuality, that's just a projection of how they feel about themselves. Everything they do, it's a projection of how they feel about themselves. And how they feel about themselves is that they are worthless and insignificant. And the irony is that if you look at it, if you look back at everything you've been through with them, how they feel about themselves, that is pretty accurate. Because what value have they ever brought to you? What have they ever done for you? You've lost so much dealing with them. Just look at it, look back, look at your life now. You've gained nothing. You've lost a lot. Low value people, they will do that to you. You will lose everything just from dealing with them. And they will gain everything just from dealing with you. They gain something from coming around a person who is happy, positive, optimistic, cheerful, contented, full of life, energy, and enthusiasm, carefree. They gain something from coming around that type of person and turning them into an emotional wreck and creating all of these insecurities within them to where they doubt themselves and their own abilities. Yes, they gain something from coming around and doing that to a person. Because they come around you and you're up here, you're full of life, you're full of energy, you're happy, you feel good about yourself, You feel like you could do anything. You can take on the world. And then they come around you and they bring you down and you just feel like shit. And they're getting something from doing that to you. From changing your state of mind from where it was like, I can do anything, I can be anything, to I just feel like I'm worthless and I can't achieve nothing. Yes, they gain something from shifting your attitude from something positive and optimistic to something negative, pessimistic, defeatist, and gloomy. They gain something from doing that to you, to sucking the life out of you. To turning you into a lifeless zombie. Like I've said before, they're like the Dementors from Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You know that scene where they're playing Quidditch? I can't remember who it was. It may have been Harry. Anyway, the Dementors came along and they just like sucked the life out of them. That's what these people do. They will suck the life out of you. And not in a good way. Not in that kind of way. In a very bad way. They will suck the energy out of you through devaluation, putting you down, making you feel miserable. And I'm sure many of you have experienced that already. And it doesn't feel good when they do that. I've been through it. I know what it's like. I know exactly what it's like. To feel in one moment like you're on top of the world. And then these creeps come around you. And they cause you to lose all confidence in yourself, all of your energy and enthusiasm. Because what they're actually doing is they're projecting their own attitude and belief about themselves onto you. Yeah, that's how they feel about themselves. They know that they can't do nothing. They can't be anything. So they want to come around and put that shit onto you and expect you to identify with it. So then in that moment, it's like a distraction from themselves and their own miserable lives, to where they already know that they're never going to be happy like you are. Their happiness is never going to be like yours, no matter how much that they wish that it was. And that's why they don't even try. They don't even bother focusing on their own lives or trying to do anything with that. It's all about targeting you, trying to bring you down, trying to make you miserable. Because they see it as though their time is better invested doing that. Because they already know they're never going to be on your level. 276 live viewers in here right now. Please hit that thumbs up button down below. Show your support to this community. Let's help each other get this message out there to other viewers. All you've got to do is hit that thumbs up button. It will take you 2 seconds. Thank you. Yeah, this is really it. And when you know this, when you realize it, it's like there is no reason for you to feel bad about yourself. Just look at it like this. How did you feel before they came around you? Before you got involved with them? How did you feel about yourself? You were confident. You were optimistic. You were enthusiastic. You believe that you could do anything. You could be anything. Yeah, that's the real you. That's who you really are. But then they came around you and they brought that down. You can't even be yourself when you're around them because they're so insecure. They feel like they're nothing in comparison to you. How you felt before they came around, that whole happy, optimistic side of you, you can get that back just by moving away from them. I've seen it in my own experience. It's like when you're around them, yeah, you feel miserable. You feel down. You feel like you can't accomplish anything. Just go out into nature. Just take the day out. Go for a walk in the forest. Go for a hike. Let me know how you feel then. Your confidence, your enthusiasm, it will come back. It's only because you're around these fucking dementors. They're bringing you down. They're making you miserable. That has nothing to do with you. How they treat you, that says nothing about you. Don't identify with the things they say about you. There's so many people like this in the world. It's really sad. You just go on any YouTube video, any video on TikTok, you scroll through the comments. There's always these haters, these trolls. And so many times people like this, they've targeted young people, teenage girls, pushed them to suicide, into taking their own lives because they end up feeling like something is wrong with them. When there was nothing wrong with them. They were fine before these haters, these trolls came around them. And that just makes me sick. I hate bullies. I hate people like that. Let people live. Let people be themselves. If you're jealous of them, that's your fault. Leave them alone. You're just mad because they're so much better than you. Because you know your happiness is never going to be like that. People like that, they just need to get a life. Because that's the thing, they clearly don't have one. That's why they're too busy focusing on yours and trying to bring things down for you. Because they know that you're a far better person than they will ever be. So yeah, I just wanted to give you this message tonight. Or at least it's nighttime here in Japan, where I am right now. But yeah, I just wanted to give this message to you. Because I know many of you out there, you're feeling down, you're feeling insecure, you're feeling like you're not enough. Those feelings are not really yours. It was projected onto you. Just remember yourself before you felt fine. You weren't insecure. You were full of confidence, optimism, belief in yourself. And I know that because of how the narcissist treats you. I mean, they got to do that to take it away. I mean, they can't take away something you don't already possess. So all of these things they're doing to you is designed to take away things that you already have. These wonderful qualities and abilities. Just their presence, they come around, they strip that away from you. Make you feel like less of a person, and then they blame you for that as well. When it's like, no. The only thing that is wrong here, to where I'm feeling like I'm not good enough, that's because you're around me. Just get away from me and then see how great I feel about myself when you're not around. That's the mentality you've got to have, because that's how it actually is. The only thing that's wrong is with the situation, the fact that they are around you. I mean, that's just how it is. It's like you've got something of such low value in your presence. It's bringing you down with them. That's how it feels when you're around low value people. When you're around high value people, they will lift you up. Like myself, I have so much energy, so much enthusiasm. Right now, it's like 10 o'clock at night. I've been out all day, traveling. I still got tons of energy. Been on here now for about 50 minutes. Did a TikTok before this as well. I've got so much energy, so much life inside of me. So much belief and confidence in myself. I believe that I can take on the world. I can be the best. Yeah, I really believe that about myself. I believe that I am a high value person. And that's how I can get on gear. And I don't have to hate on anyone or put anyone down. I'm not coming on here telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't be anything. You're never going to be nothing. If I was to do that, or rather, let's not say if I was to do that, because I would never be like that. But when someone else is like that to you, they're projecting their own beliefs about themselves onto you. They know that they're never going to be nothing. They're never going to be happy. They know that's how it is for them. And then that's like their gift that they have to give to you. It's up to you whether or not you want to accept it. You can say, no, I don't agree with that. I believe that I'm great, I am amazing. And just look at your own qualities and the things that you have achieved to validate that. It's not like with a narcissist, they're so arrogant and entitled, they think they're the best. But you look at them and it's like, why do you think that way? What's so great about you? What have you ever done for me? What value have you ever given to the world? And that's how you know it's just this fake, distorted mentality. They're lying to themselves. They've been gaslighting themselves their entire lives. But for us, it's actually real. And that's what they can't stand the most. It's like for us, it is actually real. We actually are who we say we are. We actually are the great, amazing people that we believe that we are. Our confidence, our energy and enthusiasm, it's real. But as for the narcissist, it's all fake. It's all lies, manipulation, gaslighting. When they get around you, they have to put you in a trance and under a spell, where you're like a mindless zombie. You don't even know what's going on half the time. Like you're like half asleep. They have to put you into a hypnotic state. I mean, that really says it all. They're nothing. They're no one. They have no value. They just put you in a spell where it hypnotizes you and makes you think it's something. It's just a mirage. There's nothing even there. I mean, just look back. What have they ever done for you? What have they ever given to you? Nothing. It's always you giving to them. These narcs, they get into these relationships, they leave with so much more than what they came in with. We always leave with a lot less. We are the ones with the value. And they pick us because we're innocent, we're naive, we're too trusting. We give them a chance. And then they betray us. They strip us of our value. And then they try to make us believe that it's us. They blame us and we self-loathe because we're empaths. We try to be better for them. The only power they have is in manipulating us, putting us under a spell. That's all they can do. They can never just be real, like we're being right now, just telling it how it is. No games, no smoke and mirrors, no spells. They can't do that because they've never worked on themselves. They've been lying to themselves and other people their entire lives. Their entire lives, they've relied on their manipulation, tricking people into thinking that they're something that they're not. Something that they've seen on movies or in television or in someone else. They've just mirrored their qualities, their traits, taken on their identity. And unfortunately, this is very common in today's world. A lot of people are doing this now. They're like creating a false self because they believe that who they actually are is not good enough. I mean, that's all nonsense. Your power comes from being yourself. It does not come from being someone else. Trying to be something else, you lose all of your power by doing that. Because then in that moment, you can't generate any power from within. You need to be grounded in reality and connected to your true self to be able to generate this power, this energy. That's where it comes from. But narcissists, because they abandoned their true selves a long time ago, that stripped them of their power, because then all they've got is the false self, which needs constant external validation. It's not self-validating because it isn't real. Like what I'm doing right now as I'm speaking to you. I mean, of course, I'm connected to myself. I'm generating this power, this energy, this enthusiasm, this passion. This is all coming from within myself. It's not dependent on external validation. For narcissists, it is. Everything they do is dependent on external validation because they have a false self. And sadly, unfortunately, the reality is that most people in this world today do have a false self. They abandoned who they really are a long time ago. I mean, just look at the world today. It's like no matter what country you go to, everyone's like the same. They all dress the same, they eat the same food, they talk the same, they act the same. It's like they have no identity of their own, nothing that distinguishes them from other people, nothing that makes them different or makes them stand out. Because yeah, so many people, they abandoned who they really are a long time ago. They created a false self because they believed they weren't good enough. I don't know, they saw things on TV, in movies, celebrities, the Kardashians, social media. And they felt like they're not good enough. And it's sad because, I mean, that's where our power is, and that's really the most beautiful thing about a person is their authenticity, their quirks, their mannerisms, these little things that separate them from other people, that make them stand out. I mean, for me, that is the most attractive thing about a person. It really is. And I know for me, that's what really helped to make me so successful in my work. It's that I'm just able to get on here and be myself. I don't try to be something I'm not. And that's really attractive when people are authentic. Unfortunately, things are going the other way these days and everyone's just becoming the same. It's really sad to see that. You know, a world where everyone's the same. I really value authenticity. And that's really it. I mean, that's why I am the way I am. I spend so much time alone. Because there's nothing that really attracts me or draws me to anything. I mean, I just look around and it's like everyone's just the same. It's so boring. It's like there's nothing special, nothing unique, nothing different. But I see that in myself. I recognize how special I am, how unique. I mean, there's nowhere else in this world of 8 billion people who is like me. No one's ever going to find another me. And I would hope that no one's going to find another you too. If you are authentic, you can be yourself. But then it can take us time to find ourselves as well, because as I've said in past videos, we've all been lied to about who we are. We've all been taught to be a certain way by society, our teachers, our parents, our peers, the media. We've all been trained to be a certain way that is potentially very unlike who we actually are or who we're supposed to be. And that's why it's so important to just take some time out from the world. I mean, I pretty much isolated myself for several years to become the person that you see today, to where I was able to build this community. Because that's how you find your authentic self. You don't find it by being around other people. You find it by going within, by being alone with yourself. As long as you're around other people, you just tend to become more and more like them. I saw a quote that said that we are the sum of our 5 closest friends. And I think that's very true. But when we take some time to ourselves, that is when we find our true power and authenticity. But yeah, you know you've defeated these narcs. When they try to hurt you, when they try to bring you down, when they try to punish you, when they try to do anything negative or harmful to you, that's how you know that you have defeated them. You have hurt them. Because otherwise they wouldn't be doing that. They're projecting their feelings about themselves onto you because they feel inferior to you. That's why they hate you, they envy you. Because they know their happiness is never going to be like yours. They're never going to experience fulfillment in their lives like you do. And that's why they can't stand it. That's why they hate you. But by them doing that, you know that you've hurt them. You know that you have defeated them. Because they can't control their actions and behaviors. That's how you know. That's how you know that you have affected them. $257 live viewers. Please hit that thumbs up button down below if you found this video helpful. It will only take you 2 seconds. And it's a great way to show your support to this community. Let me know what you thought about this video down in the comment section below. I read your comments every day. So I'd like to know what you thought about it. And I'll try to respond to as many comments as I can. Hit the subscribe button and click all notifications so that you will be notified when I upload a video in the future. And if you would like to book a one-on-one coaching session with me, just go to my website. It is narcsurvivor.co.uk. And you can follow me on Instagram. It is Narc Survivor YouTube. Send me a message. I will respond. All right, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found the information that you were looking for. And as always, I look forward to talking with you in another live video very soon. You all have a great day.